This is a response to Fuck's science questions tag. Very a blast. First of all, I want to say thank you again for the shout out, the honorable mention. I've gotten several new subscribers. I think like 20 so far. So thank you very much. I think. And when I heard your idea about doing a science tag, I pretty much knew you were going to do that. So I was excited. And then when you tagged me, I went, yay, lots of stuff I could, I have to pick one. I have to pick one. I like them all. As a massage therapist, I bombard my clients with all kinds of crazy scientific endeavors of things that people are working on that the media doesn't put out. Of course, the conspiracy theories are always fun. But if I had to nail down my favorite scientific field, it's going to be in biology. And specifically gene doping. I've done a couple of videos on this already, but since I've got a new tag, I will add to it. In case you have never heard of gene doping, what gene doping is, I'll start off with, do you know how a virus reproduces? A virus is essentially a little tiny syringe with its DNA package in it. And it flies around, gets into your bloodstream or onto you and finds a cell and takes its syringe, pokes it into your cell and injects its DNA into your cell and then tells that cell to reproduce more viruses. That's how the virus reproduces and grows exponentially, or even faster than that, actually. That's the basis of gene doping. We have been able to isolate DNA sequences that are bad. There was a study, and I will put that up. I'll put that up over here. And this study shows that they were able to cure blindness in 12. I believe it was children. I don't have it right here in front of me. There was 12 people that had a degenerative blindness in their eyes, and they were able to find the DNA sequence that was bad on them, find it that wasn't bad in somebody else, a sequence, put the healthy sequence into a virus that they had taken its DNA out, so they replaced it with this DNA, injected the virus into one of their eyeballs, well, all their ones of their eyeballs, and then what a virus does, it goes around and injects its DNA package into the cells that it comes up against. And instead of injecting the virus DNA, it was injecting the DNA that the scientists had placed in it, which was a corrective DNA sequence. So it essentially was an upgrade package for their DNA. They got an update pack, sort of as pack 1 trillion for the human body, or whatever it is. But it corrected the blindness in their eyes. So most of them were no longer considered legally blind, and the study is ongoing. So that's, to me, a first step. Extremely exciting. Especially for you, Fuck, because of your MS. MS is a genetic issue. It is the an autoimmune disease. Thank you. And that's going to be able to be, God, that's an awkward sentence. They're going to be able to rewrite that sequence in a very short time. They're doing it right now in studies that have just been published. They've been doing it for about 10 years. In fact, the first technical gene doping was back in the 70s with the Bubble Boy. I don't know if you remember going way back then. But the bone marrow transplant is essentially a gene doping. But that's just the first step. Imagine if you're able to take a genetic trait from one person, or even create one, and give it to another person. And one of the benefits that I see is, as far as society goes, is genetic traits like color are just that, genetic traits. Racism is a huge issue in our society. Huge. But when gene doping becomes regular, when you can go down to your tattoo parlor or whatever and get an upgrade, at that point, anybody could be black, anybody could be white, anybody could look Chinese. You could be any race that you wish to be. So racism essentially would be evaporated, because there wouldn't be any point. There'd probably go purists and non-purists, but we have that already. But it goes even further. Sex is a genetic trait. So if, say, you are, I don't want to say gender confused, but if you feel you're in the wrong body, if you're born male but inside you feel you're female, you could just do that. It probably wouldn't be a snap of the fingers, but it is just a genetic trait, and you will be able to change that. Also, feminism and masculism and all the gender wars, if anybody can be male and anybody can be female, you're going to have other issues, but not those issues. So for me, I think gene doping as a benefit to society is probably the most exciting field that I've been looking into. I've been watching a lot of them, but I had to nail down one, which I think is a good idea. So gene doping. I'll put some links down there to peer-reviewed, for some bonus points, articles, and thank you again for tagging me. And I'm going to tag some people. I don't know who yet, and I don't know how many. You didn't specify if we should tag a certain amount, and I don't think you were going to. So I will put that postscript.